Here I am saying, please, if you are among those who call themselves Israelis, I mean all Jews right now, in this year, 2020, all those who insist calling themselves Jews are definitely not Israelite. The Israeli number, I'm not going to talk about this. In the Holocaust, you're saying 6 million, is it? I don't want to talk about the names. I don't want to talk about any figures. If you are from the Makhshush tribe, the Mafshukh tribe, group of people, Levi, Makhshush, Bizi, admit that you are not an Israelite. Admit that this is your grandfather and you have adopted the so-called Jewish way with the culture, regardless of your previous cult and why you have adopted. And is it before the Messiah when it was a good thing to do as a Gohem, or after the Messiah he adopted this way and start to become one of the Hebrew learners and rejected some change that happened in Europe by the so-called Christians? Admit it. Admit that you are an African, and you are persecuting the people of the Holy Land. Admit this. Why you're lying? Explain. Let's talk about the real history of those who call themselves Algerian Jew or Moroccan Jew, and what happened exactly to the Islamic Khilafah, and why this conflict happened with those who are intruders and stealing the Holy Land. Let's talk about this. Admit the truth. It's good for you. It's good. Persia, people from Persia, they are gone from Persia, Asfahan and other. You're from there. Do not do this destruction in the Holy Land and Middle East. I'm wondering. It is the truth that you know deep inside that you're not an Israelite. This is how it is. You are helping another dark machines to steal others. The Satan is behind it. The satanic agenda is behind it. This is the truth. This is the absolute truth, which explain where will you be after in the hereafter. You understand and what destruction you're bringing, because the root of what you're doing is lie, regardless, even if you're an atheist. Is sin, is something bad. Lie. It is not legitimacy. Exactly like the so-called Shiite. I'm wondering, please, I know among them who will come and admit, and with those who admit, here you are having one point. Do not help in creating darkness in the Middle East, accept and say the truth. In the Arabian Peninsula, they know that they are from Asia. Low life, respectable, this is another topic. And they understand their history, and they know their bloodlines, and yet some of them start lying in Kuwait and Bahrain, even in Iraq. If you are originally from the East, why did you move and settle there, either in the Arabian Peninsula or in Iraq? Because the people accepted you. Why now, right now, you are changing and becoming a worker for the bad factors in Middle East? Why are you doing this? Admit that originally you are from Sindh, Punjab, Kashmir, Bangladesh. Admit it, Africa, whatever. And you're settled in the Arabian Peninsula. And admit that this land is for the Ishmaelians. Admit that the Holy Land is for the natives, like those who call themselves anti-Zionist Jew. Look how wonderful they are. Look how wonderful. People should show them respect. People should say, you are angels. No one is perfect, but you know what? You want the truth. You want righteousness. You don't mess around. At the minimum, this is my belief, and I'm working. They don't have a satanic tail to play with. And they say the Holy Land is for them. You shouldn't kill the children of Gaza. You shouldn't kill the children of Palestinian or the natives there, or the Holy Land, or Phoenix, or the real Israelis among Palestinians, the Muslims. You shouldn't. You shouldn't put these plans to build it. The temple is there already. They understand the instruction. They understand the prophecies of Daniel Yusbiban. They understand that there is a big question mark about the Son of Virgin Mary. That he is a Messiah. There is signs, but if he is not here and changing the world to a better place, I will avoid believing in him. And this is wrong. But yet, they say no to this so-called Zionist movement. Good people. Good people. A so-called Shiite who is from Kashmir. He knows that some of them have went there and settled in Iraq or Iran, regardless of which level they belong in. Hajj, pilgrims. Then they went to Qatif or some town, small village, not small village. I cannot call it village. It was Zrib. عند الخضرة. قطيفة قاطفة يعني it's returned back 70 years, 60 years. Look at how it is used to 100 years. Look, talking about, we cannot call it a village, something smaller. Accept the truth. Bahrain, Al Khalifa, they're Ishmaelians. You're helping to change them against the Ishmaelit. Now they are having a relationship with the so-called Israeli state. Who's behind this? Al Khalifa only in Bahrain. You cannot, no one have the right, especially those who call themselves Shiite, have the right to say, look at Al Khalifa. Now he's having a relationship with the so-called Israeli state. He got the absolute right. He want to protect himself from whom? From liars who come and lie about his descendant, the land of Bahrain. This is the calculation. At the judgment day, Bahraini king is different. Though also the Saudi government, regardless of that, I don't want to talk about this. Emirate, they're criminals. Bahrain, he's in a good shape. Of course, the so-called Israelis will not admit this. مغشوش مفشوخ. Exactly like the so-called Shiite. وبده تطوير، بدنا تطوير مع محمد بن طلمان، تطوير، بده يطور السعودية، بده يطورها، بده يطوركم. Please, we need those people to respect us and say, I have no right to live here in England, and then my grandchildren start messing around. Let's say we are all Muslims or not. If a so-called, I don't know how to give you a proper example, because it's not proper with a person like me. Someone from, for example, China. For example, I know Chinese are wonderful. Okay? Wonderful people. Imagine if he come here, all of a sudden he start messing around with the English people, not from Hong Kong, other place, and saying this is mine, and you're a liar, and I want to change you the way I want, and I don't show respect to your culture, and I want to change your values. This is what's happening to us in Middle East. Peace be upon you, Muhammad. I mean, the signs that this person is talking to unbelievable high intelligence power that knows the future, not Satan, which you worship, Allah, and explain everything, every single detail, and show you the path to have a good relationship with God, and show you who is the Messiah, and why you should believe that he's, and why he's a son of Virgin Mary. And you understand the Banu Israel, what was their role from Jacob until the Messiah. Why there is a first adjustment, second adjustments. What promises Allah gave and what prophecies that was fulfilled from him, Allahu Akbar. Not from spirit and things like that. You understand from Muhammad what the so-called Shiite are doing right now. Umar ibn al-Khattab, how he was scared and terrified from them. Not afraid. Terrified from, because he was a responsible man, terrified from what will they do to the Islamic nation. You go to Buddhists and look at the statues in Mecca in concern of relation to Buddha, have nothing to do with good Buddha. Taghut, the so-called Buddha, Taghut, and the so-called Hinduism, what they did to mess around with the scriptures of what essentially Hinduism is about. Please admit the truth. Not because we are living in a world that is the devil, honestly, is preparing tribulation to us through the intruders, filled with lies, filled with sins, and everything explaining itself. You come and you find your way. Either you are powerful or you are not. You are helping this machine that doing this damage in the Holy Land, big damage, and everyone know it, against the teaching of God, which will bring prosperity and peace forever in the long term. and the destruction will brought to you by yourself in the hereafter. Destruction even in the long term. And also you shouldn't walk with these dark machines if you are a so-called Shiite to destroy and ruin the life of the Ismailians and help and destroying Iraq and creating a dark future and a dark. Look at what happened just last decade. Males, females do not lie about the culture, do not lie about the principle. Gulf says the agents, look at the videos. Everyone is criticizing them. All criticizing them. Look at the YouTube. Many groups, internal and external. Mohammed bin Salman. Well, you're behind what's happening by them. You're behind creating the dark. Why you are focusing in certain type of darks against those who call themselves liberals and seculars? And you forget what you and them are behind doing to the Ismailians, for example, and the good people who are not Ismailians. Why don't you go and look at this? You're behind all of this change. I'm gonna give you an example. Someone looking at King of Bahrain and saying, from those who used to work to overthrow them, Al Khalifa, from those who are from the east, he's saying, look at King of Bahrain. He's having a relationship with the so-called Israeli state. Iran is good. Iran is good. Why he is having a relationship with the so-called Israeli state? You're behind it. If you from the first place kept your mouth shut from saying lies and showed respect to the facts and the legitimate people of legitimacy, and you stopped lying about the past, and you didn't put yourself in this group that have a dark, unjust agenda toward the natives there and the people of, he wouldn't. Then we will say to you, exactly, he's a bad person, bad king, having a relationship with those occupiers, who everyone knows that they are bad. But now you can't. Look how the devil is being empowered by you. And then everyone think we were all going to heaven. God is the final decision maker, but based on the constitution of justice, you're in hellfire, the oven. Keep on playing around, keep on living a contradicted style against life, against the teaching of God, which is confirmed even to yourself, and keep playing around with dark against justice if you're an atheist. It's terrible. Stop it. Accept, say the truth. Say, Falafi, we are from the east. I will love you. I am from Qatif. There is some. Originally, do not lie. Do not say it's ours. The Bedouin came by Saud leadership and took over here. Now the Bedouin are everywhere, and we want 3 states. This is a lie. This is unacceptable. I have no right to sit here and say this Queen Elizabeth is a bad woman. I'm not gonna use any word. This monarch and this government is bad. We are here in Manchester. I have no right to go and complain in China or Russia or whatever, or in South America or in Africa, and say that these people are bad and are terrible, and I want my Mancarian independence. I have no right to do this. I have no right to say I want my Mancarian independence away from London. Please, this is a very important topics. Very important. Please. Thank you very much.